Alright, so today we are talking about the plot diagram, and this is for our language arts work on today. Alright, so we're talking about plot diagrams and exactly what a plot diagram consists of, and the parts of a plot diagram. We're going to get a little bit more into depth today about plot diagrams, exactly how we use those. So you're going to be using those throughout the week to, first of all, to analyze a story, and then second of all, to write your own story. Okay? All right. So let's talk about this. What is a plot? What is a plot?
Did we write down our paper?
What is a plot?
A middle begin.
Beginning, middle, and ending. That's what a plot has. It has a beginning, middle, and an end. It concerns the organization of the main event.
Did we write this down?
Yes, ma'am. A plot has a beginning, middle, and end. So a plot basically is the whole story. It has a beginning, middle, and end. A plot has a beginning, middle, and ending. Okay? Plot is the whole story, and of course the whole story has a beginning, middle, and end. Sweetheart, think about the dates. Write what you need to write down. I'm going to write this, okay? Go ahead and write quickly.
Okay.
Beginning, middle, and end. We got that right?
Yeah.
Very good. Alright, so a plot diagram. A plot diagram. You can always see something that looks like this. You see a plot diagram. Then I have a squiggly line that goes up, kind of like a mountain. Then you have the top of the mountain, then you have the mountain going down the other side, and then you have the part after the mountain. So you have two valleys, the part going up the mountain, the top of the mountain, the down part of the mountain, and the next valley. So it's like you're hiking. When you're ready to read a story, like you're going on a journey, you're going on a hike. When you first start in the story, you're in the valley, and you're looking at this huge, tall mountain. And so you start walking up this mountain. You walk up the mountain. You have to really, when you're mountain climbing, you have to use like all kind of picks and cords to pull yourself up. But once you first get to the bottom of the mountain, you see your exhibition or exposition, an exposition. And then I'll let you know what exposition is. Did you write all this on your paper? Draw this, yes.
No.
Huh? Doesn't matter. Wherever you can easily find it.
Draw one using?
Yes, please do. Draw what I draw.
Like this?
Yeah, very good. Right here you have your exposition. So that exposition is the first valley we come to. We have two valleys called, that's fine, just write a big peak and then two valleys. Get it. You have your exposition. And in your exposition, when I first get to this valley, I'm going to ask myself, okay, I'm going to go up this mountain, so what is the setting of this mountain? What are the main people I'm going to meet on the top of this mountain? Who am I going to run into? What animals am I going to run into? What people am I going to run into on this mountain? So your exposition, you gather all your information that you can know to start your hike. Okay? So you're going to have your characters down here in the exposition. So I want to meet who I want to know who's going to meet on this mountain. I can't go on a blind hike and not know who in the world I'm going to meet on this mountain, correct? I want to know what kind of animals and people are in this mountain. Are there some bad people, good people, mean people, crazy people, sweet people, people with super strength? What kind of people are in this mountain? So that's your characters. You have your characters in your exposition. You write everything I write, honey. You also have your setting. So I want to know what kind of mountain I'm going into. I want to know, does the mountain have trees? Is the mountain set in a city? Is the mountain set in the country? Is the mountain set on faith? Is the mountain set, where is this mountain? So I have my characters and my setting and my exposition. So all this right here is included. This is what your exposition is. And then somebody asks you, where's your exposition? What are you going to tell me?
The characters and settings.
The characters and settings. That's your exposition. Alright? So, I'm getting ready to go on my hike of this story. This whole story is a hike. Now, I'm getting ready to go up this mountain. So I know my character. I know my setting. So I know my exposition. The next thing I need to know is I'm getting ready to go up this mountain. And going up this mountain is called the rising action. Because going up this mountain is really hard going up a mountain. Extremely hard because you don't know if you're going to fall. You don't know if you can catch on to another rock. You don't know if you're a pixel lash. You don't know if your course will hold on to you. So going up the mountain is the roughest part. Going up the mountain, the side of your mountain story, whenever you're looking for your rising action in your story, it's going to be the hardest thing that you see in that story. It's going to be the toughest time that your characters go through. Okay, so your rising action are the major events that lead to your climax or turning point. So, it leads to climax. It leads to your climax. And it's hard. This is the events leading up to what you're going to get to. So you're going to the top of your mountain. What's the top of your mountain called? What's the top of your mountain called? Climax. This is where I'm trying to get to. As I go up this mountain, I'm getting excited. I'm like, wow. I can see the further I go up the mountain, I can see trees in the distance. I can see better when I go up the mountain. So I can see what I'm going to. So it's leading me to my climax. Your climax is also called your turning point. Your climax is your turning point. Your turning point. Turning point. This is the time, the main event that you've been waiting for. It's the main event that you've been waiting for. No, this is the climax. The main event you've been waiting for. Mm-hmm. Climax is the main event you've been waiting for. The main event. This is what I've been waiting for. I've came to my Valiant exposition. Now, I found out who my character and my setting is. Now I've climbed the mountain. I read all this stuff about the story. Now I'm at the main point I've been waiting for. This is it. It's a part of the movie when you start hearing all the music, you start seeing all the action and all this kind of stuff going on. This is the main event that you have been waiting for. That's the climax, okay? Falling action. Now I'm going to go down a mountain. I had my main event. I'm going down a mountain now. Falling action. These are, what do you think the falling action leads to?
Mom.
The bottom of
Yeah.
the bottom of the valley. The next valley is called, we have an exposition on this side. We have the nice resolution. So I have two valleys. What's the name of my two valleys again? Exposition and in between these two valleys I have a climax. I have my resolution right here. So the following action is the event, or it leads to the resolution. Leads to the resolution. Got that? And the resolution is what? The ending, or how the conflict is solved. How the conflict is solved. Man, you know I had this mountain blaze all around. The position here, your climax is here, your rising action is here. The climax is here, the falling action is here, the resolution is here. The rising action should not be on the mountain. Rising action should be on the side of the mountain. You need to raise that. Rising action should be on this side. Rising action should be on this side of the mountain. Well, you don't have time to do that, huh? Not unless you get your notes from somebody else. You get your notes from somebody else. Can we move on? Kevin, can we move on? Olivia? Well, can you get your notes from Summer or Nia? Because Nia has taken very, very good notes. Yes, ma'am. Okay, very good. Very good. Very good. All right, so Nia, she'll get her notes after we end, okay? So we're going to move on to the next one. Also, this whole lecture, Olivia, will be on Jupiter. Okay, so in fact, let's do this. Everybody have a seat, sweetheart. Please have a seat, okay? Let's do this. Are you listening so we can take a little bit of time? Are you listening, children? Children, are you listening? From you already got the plot diagram. Now I want you to just listen. And then when you get home tonight, you're going to take notes on this lecture. Because I'm going to put this on Jupiter, okay? What did I say? So you got to take notes tonight, okay? Yeah? Sure? Maybe? Okay. So your setting. You don't have to write this. Just listen. Then you're going to take notes tonight, okay? Your setting. Your setting is your time and your place. Time and place. Now we're talking about exposition here. You're going to break exposition all the way down.
You writing that?
No, sweetheart. You're going to listen and you're going to write it tonight. Your exposition. In your exposition, let me stop there. In your exposition, you have your setting and you have your characters. Correct? Am I right?
Yes.
Look at your mountain. Am I right? Is that what you have at the very top, the very beginning of your journey? Yeah. You have your setting and your character. You have your exposition. Correct? Correct. Your setting is your what?
Time and place.
Time and place. Your character. You have two different types of characters. You're going to have to listen. Okay? You have two different types of characters. The first is called the protagonist. The second is called the antagonist. I'm going to write it down. Very good. Very good pronunciation. Protagonist. The protagonist is the hero. The hero of the story. The good guy. The hero. They're the good guys. They're the ones you're rooting for the whole time. The protagonist. The antagonist. What do you think the antagonist is? The protagonist is the good guy.
The bad guy?
The bad guys. The ones you say, I don't like them. The bad guy. The bad guy. They're bad. Terrible. Mean. Hateful. Evil. Unforgivable. It's the antagonist, all right? Sometimes the antagonist or the bad guy changes and sometimes they don't change. Sometimes in the story the antagonist have become good in the end. Sometimes the antagonist will never become good and there will always be evil in the story. Okay, so you have two, protagonist and antagonist. The good guys, the heroes, and the bad guys. So protagonist is another name for the good guys. Antagonist is another name for bad guys. Yes, ma'am.
I saw a movie yesterday on the website. It has protagonist and the antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And then the protagonist shows another one.
All right, so let's move on while we have time. So that's our exposition. Our exposition is broken down into what? Well, the two parts our exposition is broken down into, the setting and the characters. So what are our characters broken down into? What are our characters broken down into? Protagonist and the
Antagonist.
Nice, nice. Now we're going to tell you about the rising action of a story. And like I said, tonight you're writing notes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Rising action. Rising action of a story. The rising action includes all the events that lead to the climax. It includes all events that lead to the climax. All events that lead to the climax. And usually it always presents some type of conflict. The rising action includes what?
All events to the climax.
All events that lead to the climax. Very good. Conflict. Talk about our conflict here. How much time do I have? Not much. Yeah. Also, y'all, one more thing that's included in the exposition, that's the conflict. Okay. So you have in the exposition, you have the setting, character, and conflict. So all of them are included in the exposition, which is the first part, that little valley. So you have the what? Setting.
Exposition.
Well, that's in the exposition. You have in the exposition, you have the setting, character, and conflict. Conflict, very good. Alright, so conflict is the struggle between two people in a story, or two animals, or two characters in a story. Conflict is the struggle between two characters.
We have to write that down.
Yeah, when you get home. Conflict is the struggle between two characters. What is conflict?
It's the struggle between two characters.
The struggle between two characters. Sometimes you have character versus character, character versus nature, character versus people, or character versus its own self. So you have different kind of conflict that can happen. Okay? The climax, bless you. The climax is the high point of a story, or it's the turning point of a story. It usually the main character comes face to face with a conflict. It's a time when you're wondering, are they going to make it or are they not going to make it? Are they going to win or are they going to lose? It's a point when you've been waiting for it and you're excited and you have no idea what's about to happen. That's your climax, okay? Following action, all loose ends of the plot are tied up. Are you listening? Because y'all waiting. All loose ends of the plot are tied up. So the conflict and climax are taken care of. Or we said, what else we say when following action? What does following action lead to? Which is fall. Very good. The following action leads to the very good resolution. And the resolution is?
The ending or the when the cover falls down.
Very good. So, when you put it all together, you have the beginning of the story, which is the exposition and the rise in action. You have the middle of the story, which is the climax. Climax is the middle of the story. You have the end of the story. So, for the beginning of the story, this is my plot. I have the beginning, right? In my plot, don't I have beginning, middle, and end? Is that correct? Do I have a beginning, middle, and end in my story, in my plot?
Yes.
And end. So in the beginning, I have my exposition and rise in action. In the middle, I have my climax. And at the very end, resolution and two parts.
Follow action.
Very good, Mia. Following action and resolution. Somebody's paying attention. And all this is called my what?
Plot diagram.
Plot diagram or just the plot.
A plot.
Correct? Correct?
Yes.
Alright. Let me end this video.
That's long. Pretty long, this story. It's not that long.
Let's do a quick quiz. What is the powerful story that ties up all the loose ends and takes care of the conflict? Is it climax, the following action, or the resolution? Resolution?
Climax.
Well, this leads to the resolution. So what is it?
Follow action.
Yeah. The setting is made up of. Is it protagonist and antagonist, place and characters, time and place, or static and dynamic?
Time and place.
Very good, Livy. Very good. Time and place. Very good. Very good, Shirley. Very good. Let me end this video. We can go to our next one. Alright, so.